Good morning. There's the first crab. Yes, Sue Felicia. Andrew the Believer. Davion said method. Hammer those crabs. Jessica Pylock. Hammer those crabs. Let's go. Good morning. It is Sunday. Who studied this weekend? Who did some studying this weekend? Who is ready for tomorrow? Who is more equipped for tomorrow? Or did we do nothing and we're going to lose tomorrow? Good job, Sue. Striker. Yes. Good morning, my tappers. Desmond Cook. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, everybody. DBL. I had basal cell carcinoma. They had a cutout. So in 3 weeks, I get the staples out, and we're back to normal. I got to get one more removed right here, this guy, next week. Davion, DW, Julio Perez, John McGarvey, Mr. Dave with the $1.99. Make sure you wear your suntan lotion. Especially when you're golfing. Whoops. Mr. Charles, user, Julio Perez. There he is. A scar, probably. The ladies tell me scars are sexy. Is that true, everybody? Are scars sexy, ladies? Good morning, Desmond. How are you? Rickle Gallo, how you doing? What's up, Israel? Bill Boyle, yes. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Rev, how are you? Hello, my Kate. I've been on every day, my friend. I've been here. Where you been, Israel? You been in Israel? I've been right here, my brother. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button. Yeah, it's all good. Basal cell is the one you want. It doesn't affect anything, really. It's the melanoma you don't want, and I don't have that. All right, here we go. Let's go. We are at 8,000 likes. Good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard. Happy Sunday. We are going to get you all equipped here for tomorrow morning. My question to everybody in the chat right now is, what did you do yesterday and today to make tomorrow better for you as a trader? Did you do absolutely nothing? Slept in bed, went to the bar, did nothing? And tomorrow will just be the same old, upset by 9:45 because you lost? Or did you study and learn how to become a better trader? What did you do? Only you can make yourself better at this. Only you can put in the work. But the majority of people won't do it. They're just not going to do it. And that's why they're going to lose. And like we talked about yesterday, that's why 9 out of 10 traders just aren't going to make it. They're going to go back to what they hate doing to make money. They're going to try this, and 9 of them are going to fail out of 10 because they didn't put in the effort. That is the difference between me and you and everyone else that's successful as a trader. We put in the effort. We didn't quit. We sucked it up, and we got the job done. Are you going to be able to do that? Okay? Because most people, let's be real here, they're chronic quitters. They quit anything they do. They're excited in the beginning, right? You're excited. You're going to be a trader. Then you see you have to do work. Then you see you have to go through a lot of losses and the ego has to get damaged. And then you quit. Because in your mind, you think you're great at everything. But Miss Market is going to show you very quickly, you are not great at this. Okay? You are going to be very bad at this. And a lot of people don't want to see that about themselves and they run away. So here we go tomorrow on Miss Market. Tomorrow, how many of you trade the SPY? Say me in the chat. Who trades the SPY? Who trades the SPY? The believer trades the SPY. Look at all these people. So my question to everyone who trades the SPY, what state are you in tomorrow morning? What state is SPY in tomorrow morning? Who knows the state of SPY tomorrow morning? Sue says neutral. Andrew says neutral. Some people say bullish. You are in a neutral state tomorrow on the SPY. Okay? Now what I want you to look at is your 200. Have you ever traded anything with a 200 that looked like that didn't chop you up? No. So we know the SPY tomorrow is going to be choppy. We are not looking this way tomorrow on the SPY. We're not looking to go long. You are in a neutral state, okay? If you open in the whip zone tomorrow, you're doing nothing. If you open in this position tomorrow, you are doing nothing. If you open in this position tomorrow, you are doing nothing. This position, you are doing nothing. And this position, you are doing nothing. So out of the 7 positions, 2 of them you are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them out of the 7, you are doing nothing tomorrow on SPY. So what is it you're going to do then? If you can't trade SPY for the first 10 minutes tomorrow, what are you all going to do? Put that in the chat. This is important. We are going to take you through the mindset of a real trader today, okay? So buckle up and get your notebooks out. You're going to wait. There is nothing to do on SPY. You are going to wait. Now, if SPY is the only thing you trade, you are in trouble, okay? You're in trouble right out of the gate. We got 10 more crabs. Let's go. Let's get rid of these crabs right now. Hammer them. Get rid of them. I don't want to see them. You don't want to see them. Go. Thank you, my striker. Thank you, Merrill. Thank you, Adorable. I appreciate you. You must trade 6 to 10 different symbols, the same symbols every day, 6 to 10 different ones every single day. So when the SPY looks like this, you move on to your next symbol. You don't sit here and stare at the screen waiting to trade SPY. Why? Why do we not sit here and wait on the SPY for something to occur? Why? Who knows why? Because you were going to enter a trade out of boredom and sick of waiting, and you're going to lose. Eventually, you're going to get sick of waiting because you have that gambler mentality. And then you were going to lose on a trade you shouldn't have taken. But if you trade something else, like maybe Tesla is on your list, okay? Tesla's in the same boat. You have to mark that off. What about Boeing? Is that on your list? Whoa, we're in a narrow state on Boeing. Narrow state. Wait a minute. SPY we can't touch for 15 minutes. But what if Boeing opens right here tomorrow? Can you take that trade up or down to the upside? You sure can. And you're going to have a hell of a lot better winning rate trading this than you would SPY. So you got to put yourself as a trader into a high probability of winning. Okay? You can't put yourself into a non-high probability of winning because you're going to lose. Trading gives you this much room to make a good trade. That's it, this much. Remember we talked about market cycle? You only have 2 spots to take a trade long, and you only have 2 spots to take a trade short. Out of 8 locations, that's all you got. This much room forever as a trader, and that's why so many people lose. They have this much room to make a good trade. But if you don't know the state of your stock and you don't know what position you're opening up in, the chances that you start the day off with a winning trade are slim. 90% chance you're going to lose on your first trade. How many of you lose your first trade almost every day? For the most part, your first trade's a loser. Is that you? Put me in your chat. Is that you? How many of you lose that first trade every day and you're like, damn, I'm behind the 8 ball again. I'm sick of trading from behind. A lot of people in here. There's a lot of people that just said me. Okay? Your first trade should be your best trade. Okay? Because you need to be on the upside, not the downside. Because what happens when you lose that first trade, you lose big usually. So your first trade losses like this. And now what you're trying to do is you are trying to recoup this loss, okay? And you're trying to get a winner the same size as that loss. So you want to recoup all of this plus get a winning trade that is about that size. And it's not going to happen. So what ends up happening is you lose your first trade, okay? Then you try to double or nothing. We're going to put everything on blue. And then you wind up with a loss that looks like that. So here's trade number 1, and here's trade number 2, and now your entire week has been ruined. Your entire trading week is over because your little trades that you take for winners, you're going to need a lot of these to make up for these losses. Look how many winning trades you are going to need to make up this 2 big losses that you took. And the reason you took these 2 losses, they were preventable, is because you didn't know your state and position on trade number 1. And then trade number 2, you just gambled. You said, I got to get it all back. I see a lot of green to the upside now. I'm going to go on this candle. Whoa, and wham, you get wrecked. So your second trade is the worst because that's the emotion trade. That is your emotion trade because you can't stand to lose. So Boeing, we are in a narrow state. This is your whip zone, and we teach you all of this in the VIP education community. But this is your whip zone. You have multiple positions above and below your whip zone that most people don't even know what they are. We got 6 more crabs. Get rid of them things. Shelley, Cherokee, Life, Rasman, World. Hammer them things. Hammer those things. Let's go. Get rid of those crabs. If you open up here tomorrow at the bell, ding, 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 ding. Are you going long here? Who's going long there? Who's going to go long on this gap up tomorrow morning? Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Julio Perez. A lot of no's. Good. You're not going long here. We do not go long out of this position. Look how far you are from the heartbeat. How many of you are going long out of this position to the upside? Who's going long there? You can go long there. First candle, by all means, you can go long there. You have one leg up to that position to take a trade. Sure, you can go long there. Okay? How many of you, are going long here? How many of you are going long right there at the open? Yes or no? There's one thing you all forgot. What was that? What is the one thing you forgot, my beauties? What is the one thing? You need your levels. How do you know if you're not trading into something on the higher time frames? How do you know if you're not shorting into something or going long into something? Most of you don't know if you're trading into something. You have no clue. All right, traders, the crabs, let's go. Before we continue, we must hammer the rest of them crabs. Thank you, my Rev. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's go. Yes, your support and resistance. You don't know where you're trading into. Would you enter a trade here, boom, right into a major resistance level? No, because you're not going to go anywhere. Lauren's trades. Yes. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Life Wonders. Let's put them in. Let's see what we got. Let's put them in. We are putting in our major support and resistance levels right now, my beautiful traders. Our major support and resistance levels in right now. So now when we go back to our execution time frame, are you still taking this long here? Yes, you can. You have enough room for a one-to-one. Are you still taking along here? No. Are you taking along here? No. Are you taking along up here? No. No. Now, in order to take your long in this channel right here, out of that position, you have to have enough room for a one-to-one. So you have $2.36 up to that resistance. and you're going to have plenty of room because you shouldn't be taking any trades with a $2.36 risk. All right. Now to the downside, you're narrow. Can you short down to the downside here? Ding, 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 ding. You get a beautiful event. Can you take that short down to 239? Mr. Dave! Yes, it is. Thank you, my Mr. Dave. I appreciate you. There they are. The Galaxies are on the board. Yes, you could take that short down. Right here. You have plenty of room for a 1-to-1 down to 239. Okay? And then you got 238 right there. But as you start coming down into these levels, my beautiful traders, as soon as you come down into this area, what is this called right here? What do we call this area? That is a major wall you got going on as you start shorting. But once we get down into 239, what do we call that? That is a major demand zone. That is where the buyers are going to scoop a lot up and take this back that way. Okay? So now if you're one of those traders, whether it's short to the upside or downside, who get in on the third same color candle, either up or down, you're going to lose. Because the farther you are away from the heartbeat of the market, the stronger you are going into support or resistance. The farther you get away from the heartbeat of the market, the chances of you going in the other direction go up dramatically. So when you take a trade to the downside here, right here, your chances of it turning on you are going up. Over here, they went up double. Over here, it is definitely going back in the other direction. So if you start getting into trades too far away, FOMO, you're going to lose. How many of you here have taken FOMO trades and lost? Put me in the chat. Shelley Stringer! Thank you, Shelley. I appreciate you. Who's taken the FOMO? Who has taken the FOMO trade? Yes. And you are going to lose over and over and over again. Okay? So always remember, the farther you start coming away from the heartbeat, the chances of this trade going this way go up. Okay? They go up. That is Boeing for tomorrow. Now, I know a lot of you love to trade that SPY. You're like, SPY, give me some SPY, Voss. Give me some SPY. Well, let's take a look at SPY. Let's take a look at Miss SPY. Let's see what we got. So this is our whip zone right here. Above 692.38 to the upside, well, at 695.30, you have major resistance. And at 698, you have major resistance. Now, you are already in a neutral state. I'm not taking this long for a little itty-bitty trade in this channel here. I'm already neutral. I don't have the power. I am not narrow. And traders, here's another problem you have. You can't short it either. Why? I'm not going to take a long into this little channel base here. And I'm definitely not taking this short at the open. Why? How come? Tell me why. Let's see who knows, my beauties. Why aren't we going short? Because you're in a bullish state, correct, Sue? You see, the VIP traders know all of this. They are equipped. That's why they have green months over and over and over. And that's why a non-VIP trader doesn't have green months over and over and over. There's a difference between educated and trained and not educated and trained. The differences are insane. Okay? So you are not going short here because you are in a bullish state. You have to get narrow or in a bearish state in order to take this short. So if you can't control yourself at the open, number one, and number two, you don't know what you're doing. That's why you get chopped all over the place. Zen Method! Yes! Okay? NVIDIA. And you will learn why this occurs in the VIP traders. I will teach you why this all happens. This is the what, but here you are going to learn the why. And you need to know the why in order to be successful at this, or you're not going to go anywhere as a trader. You're just going to keep turning your wheels over and over, depositing every so many weeks. Deposit again, deposit again, deposit again, deposit again. And your family's going to say, where all our money go? Oh, I keep depositing into trade because I keep losing. The VoshTrading.com. Link is in the bio. This is where we're going to fix this mess for you. I am going to fix your trading mess that you created in that VIP. Okay? So if you're blowing up accounts left and right, you don't know how to trade, you get down on yourself, we're also going to lift you up in there so we make sure you don't quit. NVIDIA, what state are we in tomorrow? NVIDIA, we are in that neutral state. So if you open here, here, or here tomorrow, you are not going long. We know that already, my beautiful traders. We know without a shadow of a doubt we are not going long here, here, or here. So you can't short tomorrow in here, in here, in here, or here either. You can't do anything on NVIDIA. So what are you going to do tomorrow? So what are we going to do tomorrow, my traders? You're going to have to wait. So if you trade NVIDIA and the SPY tomorrow, if that's one of yours that you always trade, NVIDIA and the SPY, guess what? You're in trouble. Because you're going to get impatient. You're going to trade one of these and you're going to lose. I'm already going to map out what's going to happen to you tomorrow because of the state of the stock. I know immediately. Okay? AMD. Whoa, look at that one. AMD's in the same boat. So tomorrow, Monday, we have a lot of neutral states. We have a lot of 200s that look like this. We're going to be choppy tomorrow. And 9 out of 10 people are going to have a bad day in the market tomorrow. I already know that. Even if we weren't neutral, even if our 200s didn't look like this, 9 out of 10 people are still going to lose. Even with better market conditions tomorrow, 9 out of 10 are still going to lose. Now think about bad market conditions that we have tomorrow. What do you think is going to happen to these traders? They're going to blow up their accounts because they are not trained on how to trade. Now let's go over to Amazon. Amazon, this is something I'm going to look at tomorrow. Why? Why is this one? I trade this, by the way. Why is this something I'm going to look at tomorrow? Does anybody know? Why? I'll make it Kit. I'll make it easy for you. Now you can't read any chat. Bye-bye. Cuckoo caca. Because we are in a narrow state. We are narrow right here. The chances I get a good move to the up or downside are good. High probability tomorrow on Amazon. I have a good chance of a high probability setup on Amazon because of the state of my stock. I don't care if this goes up or goes down. You don't care if whatever you're trading goes up or down. See, that's the problem we have here. You all are trying to predict the direction that this is going to go in. That's why you lose. You are not Nostradamus. Okay? You don't read people's palms. You will never predict which way the market is going. You will never win based on your predictions. You are a setup trader, nothing more and nothing less. So, when I have Amazon and I have a whip zone that looks like this, and I'm in a narrow state, I don't care if we go up, I don't care if we go down. All I care about is my setup there, my state, my position, and my event. And then I enter the trade. See, here's something you're not going to like, traders. We got one more galaxy on the board. Who's got that galaxy? Who's got it? Let's go. You have no control. I have no control. Nobody has any control when we enter a trade on what it's going to do. Okay? We have no clue where the stock is going to go. So if we enter for a long right here, I enter, I'm in. 2,000 shares. I'm banging on that drum. This is out of my hands now. I have no way of knowing if this is going to go in my direction for my 1-to-1 or 2-to-1. I have no control over that. I will never have control over that. You will never have control over that. The problem is so many traders want guarantees, like you get that paycheck at your job every day for doing nothing, right? That paycheck keeps coming for doing a very little amount of work, correct? But here's the problem. In trading, you're not guaranteed anything. Only thing you can do is trade high probability setups. And there's only one thing we control in the market. Who knows what it is? There is one thing we control in the market, and that is risk management. This is the only thing you have control of as a trader. Risk. That is it. Getting out of the trade is the only thing you control. Isn't that crazy? So if this trade doesn't go my way and it starts coming back this way, I have control of getting out of that trade. If it goes in my direction to the upside, I have control of getting out of that trade. But that's it. We don't control if it goes up or down. We have no control over that. Miss Market controls the movement of the market. We're just little itty-bitty peons playing her game. And the only thing we can do is trade at a high probability setup. But here's the problem with everybody. No one knows where that is. So they have no risk management. They don't know where to enter trades properly, and they lose. And we have this vicious cycle over and over and over again. If that sounds like you, say me in the chat. With a little Cupid shuffle. Woo, 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 woo. A lot of you, okay? A lot of you. Now, traders, for those that have poor risk, which is the majority, your losers look like this right now. Big boys. Look at that. Look at that. There is a lot of big red trades in this box. Okay? Look at this box. There is a lot of red trades in here. Do you know how many green trades you are going to need to make up for your losses? But here's the problem that we have. This is hard for me to fix for a lot of you, but I fix it. These are your losses, like we talked yesterday, and those are your winners. See how much bigger your losses are? So now I have to retrain you to flip that. I have to retrain you because you're coming into my VIP education community, which is the best there is. And I now have to train you so you make your losses smaller and your winners bigger. You know how hard that is to do? Because you have programmed yourself to get out of trades immediately. Out! Soon as you get a little green, out. A little green, out. And the reason you have programmed yourself to be a trader like that is because you're so used to the trade going against you as soon as you get in. So you get out so fast because you can't take the losses anymore. So now I got to reprogram you to do this. Out, out, out. We're not getting out here anymore. These days will be over. You will stay in a trade to maximize your profit. Okay? But the first thing I have to do for all you beautiful traders is I got to clean up your risk management. Because right now your risk is bad. So I have to take you from losing this to losing that, 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 to losing that. You see that progression? You're here right now. This is where you are at, my beautiful traders. I'm going to make your losses smaller and smaller as you are learning from me in the VIP. That's going to happen. I'm going to tell you that right now. You will start to lose smaller because I'm going to teach you how to lose properly. See, you got to also understand this, my beautiful traders. You will never be a great winner in the market. So getting wins, you're never going to be great at that. You'll be good at that. I'm only good at it. I'll make you good at it. But I can never make you a great winner. The only thing I can do is make you a great loser, which I'm going to do. You will be amazing at losing. You will be great at losing. What do I mean by that? Well, a few things. Number one, most of the time, traders, when they lose, you can immediately tell that they're having a bad day in the market. So let's take Bob. We're going to go with Bob today. Bob trades, he loses, he goes upstairs, and his family says to him, Dad or honey, can you pick up blah, blah, blah today? Oh, leave me alone. Don't talk to me right now. Your whole family says to themselves, Daddy just lost in the market today. Tomorrow, you trade. You have a couple of good little green trades. You think you figured it out. You go upstairs. Hey, Daddy, can you pick me up? Well, sure, sweetheart. I can pick it up for you today. Anything else you need? Anything I can do for you? Because you had two small green trades. You didn't lose, and you think you figured the market out. The next day, you trade again. You have those red days. Oh, don't talk to me. They're going to say, is this guy insane? Is this guy insane? 1 minute he's screaming at us. The next minute he's happier. He's going to buy us the world. That is a trader who doesn't know how to lose. That is a trader who doesn't know how to lose. You can't control yourself. And you want your family to support you on this journey. How are they going to be able to do that when you are Frankenstein 1 minute, you're the Wicked Witch of the West 1 minute, and you're the Wicked Witch of the East the next minute? Right? You got to control you, big boy. You got to control you, because until you can control yourself, the market's going to eat you alive. So let's make those losses small. I'm going to pound you to make those losses small. You got to get through me in the VIP. I'm going to teach you how to trade, and then you're going to love me after it. Thank you so much, Rev. Yes, it is Rev. Let's go, baby. Thank you, my Rev. Everyone, W's in the chat for all these amazing donators today. So who wants to start losing properly? Put me in the chat. Who wants to start losing properly? Put me in the chat. Who wants to lose properly? Put me in the chat. When you enter a trade, you will know your risk to reward. The days of you losing like this are over. If you enter here, we are not getting out down here. Those days are over. Everyone say goodbye to those days. Everyone goodbye in the chat. Say goodbye. Bye-bye, big losses. Goodbye, big losses. We're not going to do it anymore. I'm going to teach you how to lose like a goddamn beast. Okay? If you are risking 40 cents per share, your winner will be minimum 40 cents per share. We don't risk 40 cents and make 15 cents, which a lot of you are doing now. Do we got it? We do not risk 40 cents on our trade to make 15 cents. It's not going to end well. What's going to happen is your losses will be bigger than your winners. That's the problem you have now. So if you are risking 40 cents, I am going to train you how to make 40 cents. The worst case scenario is I'm going to teach you how to break even so you don't lose a damn thing. How many of you would have loved to break even on your last 6 losses? Put me in the chat. If you could go back in time and break even on those trades instead of losing, put me in the chat. Your account will look totally different today, wouldn't it? I'm going to teach you when you earn the right to put your break even in. I'm going to teach you where you enter properly so you can put your break even trade in. See, what you're doing now is you're entering trades and saying to yourself, well, as soon as I get in, it goes this way, Voss. How am I going to put a break even in? Because you're going to learn where to enter on high probability setups. You are going to start trading where you either win the trade or you break even on the trade. You will have minimal losses going forward. Minimal losses going forward. Hammer those roses. Let's go. We are at 89,000. Yes, it is. 89,000 taps. Let's get to 200,000. Let's go. Who wants to start? Because traders, you have to lose like this. I would rather you take 10 trades that look like that. Okay? And one good trade that looks like that. See the difference here? We have to make it so you are a great loser so your winners count. Because right now, your winning trades don't mean a thing because your losses are too big. So how do you ever expect to be good at this? How do you ever expect to have green months? If this is the month of February, okay? If this is the month of February, there is no reason why your February should not look like this. I'll even throw in a few bad days. But for the most part, your month should look like that every single month. There is no reason why it doesn't look like that. That is inexcusable to have all red in there and a few green. You don't know what you're doing. And you continue to beat on that I don't know what I'm doing drum, thinking it's going to change. It is not going to change. Okay? If you start something, you want to be great at it. You cannot, under any circumstance, think for the month of February, this will be acceptable for you as a trader. All red and a little bit of green. That is inexcusable. That means you haven't done a damn thing to make your trading education any better than it is right now. Okay? So if you're going to do this thing we love called trading, you are going to have to, at this moment, suck it up, okay? And say, Voss, I'm willing to learn. Teach me how to do this so I can make my family proud. That's what you want to do. And you should want to make yourself proud at this. All right? Stop gambling, man. Stop gambling. So Amazon, tomorrow, we know we are in a narrow state, my beautiful traders. We are narrow, okay? We know we can trade out of these positions to the downside or to the upside, okay? That is much we know. We are not taking longs up here. We are not taking shorts down here, okay? If you are down here, what are you looking to do? If we are way down here, what are we looking to do, my beauties? What are we doing? What are you doing? If you're not going short there, what are you doing? Hammer those roses. Let's go. Get rid of them. You're looking for major support. Where is major support? Where is your major support? Tomorrow morning in the pre-market, if you gap down right here at 192, where's your major support? Somebody tell me. You got 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. You lost. You have to know immediately where that is. Where is your support? Someone tell me where your support is. Who knows? Who knows? Let's look. Maybe wanna. Now, let's go back to 192. This is your resistance back up. 192 right here. If we gap down, this is your resistance back to the upside. So you have to go back to the hourly and you have to go digging for that support because we have this big gap down. So where is this support? Where are we? 191, big one. 193, big one. Right here. 189, big one. Go back. Look. Look what we got. If we gap down to 192, look at all this support you have on the hourly. Look at this thing. Holy moly. Look at all that support. Who's trading that now? Woo-wee. Look at that wall of support. Houston, we have a problem. The reason you have all this support down here is because the gap down. We haven't been down here in a while. Do you still want to short and chase it after that gap down? We're bleeding out, boss. We're bleeding out. Look at that gap down. You're about to go into hell. Make sure we are looking to go that way. That way. Okay? And when you come down into this demand level, you're taking it back up to 199. Everything you think you know about trading, you don't know squat. People think pop star, Juliet, life wonders, Rev. Yes, it is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, babies. See, most traders think this. We've all done it. I've done it. You've done it. We've all done it. We all think when we get this to the upside, let's get in right here. I have enough confirmation. We are bullish. We're bullish. We're going to the moon. You're not going to the moon. You're about to come back, big boy. Guess what? You're trying to go to the moon. I'm sitting up here. Look. And I'm saying, guess what? Come to Big Papa. I'm coming back down this way. Whoa. You're going up. I'm going down. How do you like them apples? Woo! Okay? That's the difference. You, when you see this to the downside, whoop, 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 you're getting in right about here. Here I am again. I'm sitting there going, come to Papa, because I'm going back that way. You shorting is filling me to go back in the other direction. How do you like that? Huh? And that's why I always say, traders, the reason you lose is because you're shorting where professionals are buying, and you're buying where professionals are shorting. You're on the opposite side of this thing. You know why you're on the opposite side of this thing? Because you don't know what you're doing. So what you are doing, you think that is bullish. That is not bullish. It once was down here, but it's not bullish anymore. We are looking to go back that way. But you see this as a lot of green. Who's guilty of that? Put me in the chat. Who is guilty of that? Put me in the chat. Candy! Yes, it is. Thank you, my Candy. I appreciate you. Love you so much. Another VIP here. Who's in the VIP here? Put me in the chat. If you're in the VIP, put me in the chat. To get into the VIP, you're going to head over to thevostrtrading.com. Look at all these VIPers in here. Holy moly. You're going to go to thevostrtrading.com or click the link in the bio. That'll get you to where you need to go. All right? We keep it cheap, beauties. $49.99 a month. That's all you are going to pay to learn how to trade the right way. If you are blowing up your accounts, you won't do it anymore. If you are sick of losing and have no support, you won't have to go through that anymore. If you want me to review your trades every day, I will do that. If you want to show up every Tuesday night and I teach you and train you every Tuesday night in the VIP training room, we're going to do that for you. You want 70 plus hours of education to watch? You got that. This is where you're going to change your trading. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get worse and worse and worse. You're going to develop more bad habits that we are eventually going to have to fix. So stop the brakes right now. Say to yourself, I'm joining this crazy man because I don't want to develop any more bad habits. Because the more you develop, the longer this is going to take. Let's go one-on-one, Valentine. Get in there. What is the one thing, traders, that you struggle with the most? One word, one thing as a trader you struggle with the most. Go. Let's do it. Emotion. Okay, what else? Big losses, small wins. Yep. When to sell. Yep. Okay, so when to sell. We just talked about this. Okay? If you get in, who asked that question, just so I know who I'm talking to here. Went to Vito. Hey, Gabagool. Vito, how you doing, huh? All right, let's do this, Vito. If you get into a trade, Vito, to the upside, and this trade, based on your risk to reward, which I'm going to teach you in the VIP, is 80 cents per share. All right? You are risking if you lose this trade, you lose 80 cents per share. Vito, what do you think the minimum winner should be to the upside? To the upside, what should your minimum winner be, Vito? If someone can help Conoco, hope I said that right, just reply to him. Where are you, Vito? Vito, your minimum winner should be 80 cents. You're risking 80 cents. Your minimum winner should be 80 cents to the upside. Now, here's one thing we know, Vito. The market cycle runs on 1-to-1. So that means for every 1-to-1 move to the upside that a trader enters properly in the correct market cycle, at 1-to-1, it's going to turn over on you. When should you get out, Vito? The odds of you getting out should be pretty high here at 80 cents. Okay? But here's another thing we're going to teach you in the VIP, Vito. As this is moving up, your stop is no longer down here at 80 cents. Your loser won't be 80 cents anymore. We are going to teach you how to put your break even in. So if you don't reach your 80 cents and it turns on you, you're out at break even. You move on to trade number 2. See, that is called a plan. That is called a system. That is what professionals do. We trade the same setups every day with our system and plan in place. We don't just roll the dice and say, I'm getting in. I have no idea where I'm getting out. Most traders don't even know what they're risking. Most traders, everybody, when they get into a trade, if they enter here, they don't even know what they're risking. All they're hoping for is they get a little bit more green so they can get out right there. So this is their winner. This will essentially be their winner right here. That's where they entered. They don't know what their risk is. This is where they're getting out. The problem is the next trade they take, their loser is going to be double or triple that size. See, when you have no plan in place, you don't know what you're risking, you don't know what your reward is, you're not journaling to get better, you're not posting your trades for me to help you, you're gambling. You have no plan in place. Everybody, what is your maximum loss per day? Every single day, I want everyone right now to tell me their maximum loss per day. Go ahead, put it in the chat. What's your maximum loss per day? Shelly, 350. Zen, 350. Sue. Rev, yes, $25. That's not going to cut it. Marcus. Good job. We have all right. I'm proud of you guys. Yes, it is. Holy moly. Yes. I love you guys. Good job. 2%. That's not how you do it, Daniel. That's not how you do it. We got to fix that, okay? Hold on. Let me do this one thing. All right. We got the donuts on the board. Let's go get you some. Okay. You know, what's your maximum loss per trade, everybody? We know our maximum loss per day. That's good. Whoop. What's your maximum loss per trade? This is where it gets complicated. Most people don't know how to calculate this. Yeah, figured that. Most of you don't even know how to get your amount. How do you get your maximum loss per trade, my beauties? How do we get that? You are going to take your maximum loss per day. You are going to divide it by 3 because you're only taking 1 to 3 trades max per day, and that'll give you your maximum loss per trade. Okay? And we'll teach you that in the VIP in detail. All right? So you must have a maximum loss per day. You must have a maximum loss per trade. Got it? You must know your risk to reward before you enter every trade. You must know what the high probability setups are. You must know how to lose properly. You must know where your support and resistance are. And then you must know the characteristics of the market. You have to know what kind of trade you're entering. So, for instance, and I'm going to go over this briefly, that's having a plan. Most people don't have a plan. They just get in and hope for the best and lose. Okay? You got to run to the upside. We get our pullback. We are not shorting here. Why? Why are we not shorting that? This is the number one spot I see novices try to short. Right there. Why? Why aren't we shorting here, my beauties? You got to know this stuff, guys. You have to know the characteristics of what your trade is going to be. First of all, you have no event, you have no confirmation. You're in cycle 2 of the market, okay? The market runs in threes. You're on number 2 right now. So as you start moving back to the upside, see, most traders short here, they see this now. Oh, boy. And now it's over. Once this occurs, they're finished. This trade is gone. Now we get this. Wham! VIPers, don't say a word. That is a characteristic trade. And we're going to teach you what that setup is in the VIP. Okay? Or we get something like this. Woo! I'm in. I'm going to the moon. Whoa! We got a problem. Now we got a problem. Holy moly. We got a problem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wham! Right there is the characteristics of a trade. And we are going to teach you that in the VIP. Okay? While you were jerking around trying to go long here, short here, back to long, you're losing. You are losing. Market cycle. Over here, look, traders, when you were trying to short this, here, when you're trying to go long here and here, guess what? Remember yesterday we showed you the market cycle? There's only 2 spots. Those aren't them. Those aren't them. That's why you're losing. Okay? We got to clean that up. If you're here for the first time, hit that follow button over there on the YT. Let's go, babies. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for those donuts. I appreciate you. Should we do some more donuts? Let's do one more set of donuts. So that is when you don't know how to get out of a trade. What else do you struggle with? Let's go over it. We got 50 more donuts on the board. What else are you struggling with? We did getting out of a trade. What else? Put it in the chat. You got me looking at that chat right now. You better know. Adorable. Thank you, adorable. Struggling with focusing because I can't stop thinking at that bandage. Well, guess what, Conoco? Now you don't have to worry anymore. Everybody say goodbye to Conoco. When to get in, Mark? Okay. When to get in on a trade? Let me do it over here. And we're going to move this out. We'll go over this briefly. So, entering a trade to the upside, you only have 2 spots. 1, 2. Those are the only 2 spots in the market cycle you could take a long in the market. The rest of these numbers, if you try to go long, you're going to lose the trade. Depending on where you enter at these numbers, the bigger the trade of a loss you're going to have. We are going to train you in the VIP how to find number 1 and how to find number 7. That is for a long to the upside. Okay? When we enter at number 1 and number 7, 80% of the time, you can put a break even in. 80% of the time, when I train you how to enter 1 and 7 of the market cycle, you will be able to put a break even in. So you will only lose these trades 20% of the time. Now, when you try to enter a trade everywhere but 1 and 8, you try to go long in these red circles, you will lose the trade 80% of the time the other way. You have no chance. You will get lucky and win maybe 20% of them. But 8 out of 10 you will lose if you enter on 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 6, or 8. Remember what I told you this morning? You have this much room forever in the markets. This much room. This is the room you have right here, 1 and 8. You got to know where those are. Okay? And we'll teach you where those entries are. Let's go. Let's finish off these donuts, my beauties. Yes, it is. Let's go. The VIP, yes, you're going to head over to thevostrtrading.com. This is where I'm going to train you. I am going to make you a dramatically better trader, and you are going to be very happy once you do this. Thevostrtrading.com is where you go, or click the link in our bios. I am that confident I'm going to make you a better trader. But in the end, trading is up to you. This is not financial investment or tax advice. This is for education purposes only. Boop, 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 boop. I am in Japan time zone. I live in Japan. That's a joke. Candy, Zen, Juliet, Striker. Yes, it is. Thank you, Striker. I think the Seahawks are going to destroy them. I don't even think it's going to be close. I'm predicting maybe Seahawks 40, Patriots 10, if they even put up 10 points. Boop, 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 boop. What else do you struggle with? Put it in the chat. Let's go over it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yes, 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 yes. Eastern, Brad, Eastern. We go live on TikTok. One-on-one Valentine. If you're looking to copy trade, we are not for you. You can go gamble somewhere else. That's illegal. AMD. Let's take a look at it. So now, as we head over to AMD, let me do it on the 5-minute. The 7th. The 6th. Oh, I took this trade. I was just going to go over this. I took this trade. Duh. All right, we got to move to the upside. We are in a bearish neutral state on this move to the upside. I entered here on this trade on AMD and got out up here. Why did I wait? Other than the fact I promised all my VIP traders for the month of February, I will wait 5 minutes before taking a trade to show them. But why did I get in there? Why did I get in here? Because I was in a bearish neutral state. I am not going long on that candle. Once I am narrow, I am taking this trade here to the upside, back to the upside. Now, here's the thing, traders. Here's the thing you have to know. Okay? Are we ready? You only take, you're going to learn about the give back bar in the VIP. There's only certain times you take this trade. This was one of them. Okay? And we're going to teach you that. A lot of traders see this. You see this candle here? I'm going to do it on this one right here. If that candle closed like that, this trade here would look very different. Very different. Do we got that? If you had a topping tail on that candle when it closed, this trade to the upside would have looked very different. Okay? Now, we're going to leave this like this. Are we going long into the granddaddy of them all? Do we go long into the granddaddy? Yes or no? Do we go long here? No way. If we want to take this long, what do we need happen? We need to get over the 200, retest the 200, and then go long. We're not trying to go long through the 200. You're not ever want to do that. Okay? You know why? You would have lost. You would have lost. You would have lost. You would have lost again. Get over it. Retest. Wham! To the upside. There's your move. You would have lost this trade. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You never retested it over here. You never retested it on these entries. Not retested. Not. These are all pull-throughs. That is your retest. That is your winner. It's Shelly. You're fighting, Shelly, with somebody by the name of Anel Kalabik. Shelly, this person's name is Anel Kalabik. Anel Kalabik. He's probably on a donkey in Bangladesh somewhere, and you're arguing with this person. Let's go, let's go. Keep tapping. Let's go, my beauties. Yes, it is. We don't trade how to feed donkeys, so you can't come over here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We got, let's finish off a little bit of roses. Woo! Are we having fun, my beauties? I love you guys. I love you guys so much. All right, let's finish off these roses right here. Then we're going to do a little bit of roll call. Yeah, you don't want to be the person banging through this 200. You want to get over it, retest it, and then go, okay? You don't want to be the person Would you walk through your front door without opening it? No. That's what you're doing when you're trying to trade through this 200. Yeah, Shelly is a fighter. I love it. Let's go, my beauties! Let's go! We are at 153,000 taps. Can we get to 200? On the count of three, tap blitz. 1, 2, 3, go! Charge! NBIS. Let me put this on for you. Okay. Here's an important one. This is a good one. We do not go long into the 200. Where do we enter above the 200? Do we enter here? No. Here? No. Here? No. Here? No. Where do we enter on this for a retest? Where are we entering? We are entering right there. That is your retest. Not here, not here, not here. You are not entering, traders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're not entering on the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th green candle. Okay? No, because if you do, a lot of you are going to get out on that red candle. You must retest it successfully, and we're going to teach you that. Oh, I forgot to. Let me show you guys something. This is the person that you guys are arguing with. Look. That is the person. It is a fetus. 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 Lives in mommy's basement. Can't afford an iPhone, for crying out loud. They can't even afford an iPhone. Everyone put baby bottles in the chat for our little fetus. Baby bottles in the chat. Let's go. Baby bottles. Let's go. Meta? Yes, we'll look at Meta. I want him to see all the goo goo gagas. We got to put baby bottles. Let's go. Baby bottles. Yes. All right, here we go. Meta. Meta on. Let's go to the 2-minute. Okay. Meta. What state are we in? We are in a narrow state. We do not go long at the open into resistance. We do not go long into resistance. Whammo to the downside. Guys, this is so obvious. Who the hell's going long there? Who is going long there? Nobody. Come on, guys. You got to do better than that. You got to know how to trade, okay? We got to teach you. And in the VIP, we will. All right, here we go. Or you're just going to keep losing. I know you're going to keep losing. I mean, the stats alone say it. Bump, 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 bump. Here we go. Let's finish off those last roses, my beautiful traders. Candy. Adorable Dad. Danielle, Jessica Pylock, Zen Method, Life Wonders, Jonathan Hall, Mr. Charles, Rev, Candy, Striker, Juliet, Mac, Hubox, Andrew, the Believer. Let's go, Danielle. Let's go, Pop. We got a lot of people in here. Holy moly. Holy moly, we got a lot of people in here. Hold on. I got to figure out how to do this. All right, wait a minute. Let me go up here. Andrew the Believer, Davion Sufalacia, Sally Striker, Mr. Charles, Jade, Rev, Juliet, Mac Huboxes. I love that name. Pop, Pora, Candy, Jade, Juliet, Cherokee, Life Wonders, Andrew the Believer. Let's go. Moody, one-on-one, Rasman World. Lauren, Rasman, Striker, Merrill the Beautiful, Julio Perez, User, Davion again. I think we got everybody. Thank you for all those donations. I love you guys. I love you guys, all right? Get in that VIP. Let's start getting you in the direction you need to go. Start winning every month. Stop losing. There's no need for it. And you'll see once you join, damn, why didn't I join this earlier? That's what they all say, folks. All right? Have a great day. Give somebody a hug today. Pay it forward. Stay safe. I love you all so much. We'll see you soon. 174,000. We got 2 more followers to 100. Who is going to be those last 2 followers? Let's go to 100. Yes. There they are. Max Tracks. Thank you. Key. All the way. Key.